so slow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Alignment Shift, where we, bunch of idiots, will be playing Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Dungeon Master and biggest idiom of them all, Cal. We have with us tonight Peggy,
Hi.
George,
Hi.
Stephen,
Hi.
Alex,
Yo!
Mackenzie,
Hello.
Kayla.
Hi.
Did I already say Peggy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's so many people. Anyway, so picking up where we left
Real
off.
quick thing for everybody in the chat who uses Roll20 as their source to play Dungeons and Dragons or whatever tabletop game. It has been hacked, so if you have anything personal on there, maybe like credit cards or anything you use that you've bought through here, do change your password. It helps. It does help. So, and cameras aren't working as well this week, so I'm gonna try to work on that while we're playing. Because so far you can only see me and George. I believe
Technology, isn't it great, ladies and gentlemen?
People, but...
even though our faces are probably enough, but we're trying to get out of our faces.
Until then, you'll just have to listen to the wonderful sounds of our voice.
You're
You have to
so fabulous.
use your imagination.
Imagination.
Oh wow.
Life is our creation.
How you're the same person.
Picking up then, thank you for the announcement, Mackenzie. I didn't actually know that. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
luckily I have nothing on Roll20 besides my notes for the campaign, so if they want to steal that, fuck you guys. Okay.
Might be that daily waste. Hey guys, let's go buy the data for like 14. What was 14?
It's 14k bitcoins.
Yeah.
And
Because
store
we
it on
totally have
Roll20.
that.
And store it on Roll20.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so, picking up where we left off, you're gonna have to forgive me. My memory is a little vague on where specifically we ended last week. So the party, Sapala and Vale and, attempted to be Laura, followed the tracks of the strange peddler through the streets of Singborn. They led, twisting through the marketplace, into an alleyway outside a linen shop. As they wove their way between the tapestries and capes and cloaks and blankets and everything, the cart seemed to have vanished into thin air, and nothing but the end of the alley awaited them as they approached. Suspecting some trickery, Vale investigated the wall and quickly found out that it was indeed illusory, and fell through into a bustling, for lack of better term, cantina effect of many different races, creeds, and types of people selling and trading in an underground black market right in the heart of Singorn. Very quickly, Vale stealthed her way back through the doorway with Sapala, briefly meeting a Luxodon merchant carrying several large briefcases, who was offered a flower and paid 100 gold for it in an attempt to keep Sapala from being homeless.
Nice.
Elephant gold.
With elephant gold. The next day, lots of research was had by Oldores and Xavier. Oldores looking for information on his prophecy. Xavier attempting to locate teleportation circle runes to no avail. Elena ended up in a rather heated argument with her brother's boyfriend, which didn't go nearly as well as she had hoped. However, yes, Elena, yes, Star Wars, is what I was referencing. Did I miss anything that happened? Everyone-
We spoke to Valora and her husband about.
Oh yes, and they found out, we found out about the Singorn Council of Religious Studies, who will be looking into this cult activity on the information you gave about Whitestone and the locations therein, but told you to check back later. But anyway, Sapala attempted to speak with Glaive, however, was met with moderate resistance, including a
Charm
rather
an
sharp
elf.
rap to the forehead as she attempted to charm an elf. Bernie, Glaive, who is currently in solid, was not receiving visitors at the time, and unfortunately, Sapala is forced to follow the law and enter the
Ah,
party.
robot.
You're roboting.
Am I back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Unfortunately, Sapala had to follow the law while in Singborn and was forced to return to the party. Everyone back up, I believe. Bernadictus and the rest of the Black Hand are busy at work loading crates onto the cart to return.
Oh no. Attack of the robots.
Oh, did we lose it hard?
I don't know.
Hello.
Cow.
Speak to us.
Are you alive?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
You're there, but it's still
All right.
robotic.
Hang on.
We never get a good night.
Stand by.
Did you say the Black Hand?
Is that from
this-
Jack
I think you
Tennant?
get the Star Walt watch.
Oh,
Yes.
what's that?
Star Walt.
Black Hand are the assassins in
All right.
Skyrim.
Am I back?
Yes.
All right, got a little technical difficulties. I have switched to my phone, which is at 29% battery now. It's charged for a few minutes. I'm going to plug in my tablet, which is also at like 22%, and hopefully that will be charged by the time my phone dies.
Well,
Let me- Anyway, so where'd you lose me there?
Return.
returned to the
Okay.
tavern where the Star Wars watch was gathering.
Was gathering things, putting them in the cart. When they decided they were going to attempt to contact Glaive, and the elf Ananduil came up from behind saying that she had lost her position, lost her housing at the barracks, and you were the only people she knew and had nowhere else to go.
That's really unfortunate.
This is all my fault.
asked if she could join the party. So
We've
that
adopted our first NPC, guys.
Oh, boy.
so
Yes, we did.
that is where we currently are. And as everyone stands looking at Ananduil, who is still very blue, however, there seems to be a little bit of green appearing in the where her cheeks would be rosy. It is now a slight twinge of green, and as Sapala has given her a flower at this point, she seems to be cheering up slightly. But the day is yours. What is the party's plan?
Plan.
I don't know.
Plan.
So, what are you all doing now?
Well, we were traveling south, for one. Seagorn was not our final destination. We were just passing through. Though, having one of our team incarcerated puts a little bit of a wrinkle in that.
Hmm.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Well, how long is he in for?
What, five or six more days?
A week.
Yeah, at least a week.
And how long is your errand supposed to take you?
Well, that's
This is the wrong voice. Sorry.
I can still hear him.
Is that you?
It's like he's here. He's trying to communicate with us. Takes off glasses, puts on different pair of glasses.
I would, but I don't have another pair.
Puts on sunglasses.
Transition lenses.
Okay, alright.
Ah,
Anyways,
Say-
continuing.
Well, we don't know how long it's going to take us.
well,
Right.
have we already warned everybody we can hear?
Probably not. And we're supposed to be getting more information from the Singorn Council of Religious Studies.
However long that'll take.
Hopefully not long.
Can't they send
I
a
think I
Likely
know
long.
of someone I can talk to.
Who?
Who's that?
Well, I technically haven't met them yet, but I talked to a tree.
Okay.
The tree told me about some people called dreamwalkers, so I'm gonna talk to them.
Do you know where they are?
I know where I can find them.
And where is that?
Where'd they be at?
By the tree.
Stands to reason.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Let's go to the tree then. Lead the way, Paula.
Okay.
Okay.
So is everyone going with Sapala to the memory ward?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay.
This is super interesting. I'm going.
All right.
Show Edgar to the camera, George.
As everyone takes off, most of the Black Hand stays behind, filling the cart. Oh, not the Black Hand. That's wrong campaign.
Watch.
Wow.
Them's assassins.
Dibs assassin.
That's from my homebrew campaign I did over a year ago.
You got a stalwart watch.
The Stalwart Watch stay behind. However, Laura does kind of take a look at them loading various sacks of vegetables on the cart. Looks over to you guys. Hell, this, I'm not doing this. It comes with you guys.
I can peel potatoes, you asshole.
Laura,
chunk
everyone's spirit animal.
She can chop them.
Anyway, so, by the way, it was asked of me a couple weeks ago. The updated date, by the way, for those of you who are interested, is the 3rd of Horisal.
The 3rd? Oh.
The 3rd of Horisal.
Sweet.
New,
right in time with my game.
New Dawn was 3 days ago. And yeah, it's the 3rd of the first month.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so you as a rather large party making your way through the streets of Singorn, as you walk, the elves ahead of you seem to part. Everyone is quiet and respectful walking through the streets, and in comparison, just your various footsteps on the cobblestone is cacophonous in comparison. And as you walk by, you get strange looks as an adventuring party through the streets of Singorn stand out. Nevertheless,
all I do is stand out.
Nevertheless, your barrage of people make your way back to the memory ward, being led by Sipala. As you come in, you see before you the grand tree stretching into the sky. Easily like a 300-foot tall redwood is what stands before you, and you see cascading through all the leaves as you look up these wisps of light that look like sparkles on dew that flit and float between the leaves, giving the tree this beautiful aura, almost like 100,000 pixies flapping.
We have Bernie in the cameras, by the way.
Welcome, Bernie. 100,000 pixies flitting between the leaves. As you come into the memory ward, this is also, I believe, where Elena's brother's boyfriend's family lives.
Yes.
You see in here beautiful gardens and just ornate horticultural displays all around the entire area, where you also see elves wearing just simple brown robes, very elegant looking, but simple in comparison to all the other elegant robes you've seen around the city. Most of them have their hair either pulled back in a tight bun or braid. And they are in various activities tending the garden. Some with trowel. What's the word for that thing?
Trowel.
Little shovel.
Trowel.
I was right. Trowel. With trowels, digging up certain spots and planting new seeds. Some pruning the hedges. Others are on these grand ladders and are climbing up into the tree. And you see them almost tending the wisps around and moving them from branch to branch. What would the party like to do?
Last time you said there was a sign. What does the sign say?
Yes. As you approach the sign in front of the tree, you see in. Do you read Sylvan?
Do I read Sylvan? Of course I do.
No.
It says in Sylvan,
Keep up
the
grass.
mystical sequoia of remembrance.
It's totally fake.
See, Paula
Tilts.
turns around and puts her hands up in front of everybody and says, do you mind if I take care of this?
Sure.
What's this?
Just speaking to the Dreamwalkers.
Sure.
Is there anything y'all would want me to ask?
I don't know what they know.
Well, just anything in specific.
If we think of anything, we'll whisper. Okay.
All right. See, Paula walks over to one of the Dreamwalkers.
All right, you approach one of the nearby Dreamweavers, who's it's
Dreamweaver.
a middle-aged elven gentleman on his knees currently right now, and he's raking the dead leaves that are accumulated at the base of the sequoia and kind of putting them in a nice pile where you see a silk bag, not like a usual burlap sack that one used for collecting rubbish, but an actual like embroidered silk bag that he's putting the leaf in. You can see that even in tending garbage, there is a level of respect in Singorn that they pay to all of nature. As you approach, he looks up for a moment, and a warm yet slightly sad smile comes across his face as he looks up to you. Good afternoon.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
If I'm not mistaken, you're a Dreamweaver, correct?
I am. You are very observant. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you.
I would not expect a foreigner to know so much about one of our kind here just by looking at us.
Oh, do you know what a druid is?
I am aware of the druidic arts, yes.
I just want to make sure. I'm a druid, and I have spoken to Remembrance, the tree.
You spoke to the tree?
Yes.
And it spoke back to you?
Yes.
The Sequoia of Remembrance is known for being quite quiet. You should count yourself lucky.
Oh, thank you.
When those of us wish to commune with the voice of remembrance, we elves merely commune with the wisps. And he raises a hand, and one of the small wisps kind of extends downward, and his eyes kind of flip back in his head for a moment, and he smiles, his smile changing from that almost sad smile to just this warm, bright, beaming grin. And the wisp floats away, and he just... I'm sorry. Continue.
Yes. My friends and I, and she motions to the party.
He looks over your shoulder. Hello.
I guess you could say we're adventurers. We are on a mission, I guess you could say. There have been some cult activities recently in Whitestone. We're from Whitestone. Well, not all of us are from Whitestone. Only Elena is, but anyways, that's not the point. But we're on a mission because we're trying to, well, save Tal'Dorei, I guess you could say, from these cult people because they're trying to gather things to, I guess, do cult things that aren't good. I don't really know how to explain it very well. I'm from Wildmount, but anyways, I was wondering, because you have connections to the Wisps and the Trade Remembrance and other things, I was wondering if you knew anything or anything out of the ordinary has happened.
That was quite a mouthful.
my young friend. Have you tried breathing?
Yes.
This memory ward is a sanctuary to us here in the city. It's one of the most well-protected districts and contains the very heritage of all elves in the city. So, for there to be something out of the ordinary, it would be quite a stir indeed. And unfortunately for your, as you say, mission, the ward has been peaceful.
It has been.
Very peaceful. The days have come and the moon has shone upon Singorn each night, as it has and shall for hundreds of years to come.
That's nice to know. She talks to the party members through the earrings, and she asks them if Singorn was on the list or on the map for the cult people.
Technically, it was just outside of Singorn,
Okay.
but it was nearby.
All right. One of the
Yes.
one of the places that the cult people needed to go to get something important to do cult things. I don't really know. Anyways, it's bad. But they, near or outside of Singorn, is there any, like, I don't know how to put it, religious or special or anything that is of importance that you would think they would want?
Well, Singorn has many chapels to many different deities. I'm sure you saw as you came in a great maze within the city that leads to the Arch Heart, and many pilgrims traverse it seeking enlightenment or peace of mind. And there are others that search for the stone of the Arch Heart itself, a column of pure diamond in the center of the labyrinth, made in the likeness of a beautifully androgynous elf. As well as there are chapels to the Wild Mother, the Moonraver, the Moonweaver, the Matron of Ravens, and the Knowing Mistress. A small chapel to the south for the Storm Lord. But other than that, we have very little in the way of religious ambiguity. I cannot imagine what someone would attempt to assault, besides the part of the labyrinth.
All right, that was actually kind of very helpful. Thank you. I guess that's all I have to ask, except, is there any advice that you could give to me or my party? Just anything, any words of encouragement or peace?
I have two things for you, my young friend.
Oh,
the
thank
first is that if you are worried about the security and safety of Singorn, well, first of all, you have my utmost respect. But upon that, I would not worry. Verdant Lord Kalendar keeps a constant watch not only on the city, but on the entire outlying forest through arcane means that even I am impressed by. And he points up toward the Beryl Keep, where you went to speak with Glaive, and you see this tower that was part of the castle he points to. From up there, Lord Kalendar watches everything. I'm sure if there is a threat to Singorn, he found out about it 10 years before you did. And my second point for you is, since you spoke to the Sequoia of Remembrance, you may wish to take some time and see what you can from the Wisps as well. for they hold the knowledge and dreams and wishes and memories of all elves that came past.
And how does one go by speaking to them?
You merely wait for one to come near you and gaze into the very heart of it.
All right.
Said open
I
door.
shall try to do that, and I will take everything you said to heart, sir.
Thank you.
You've been very helpful, and you're very kind. What is your name?
My name is Anora.
It was very nice to meet you. My name is C. Paula, by the way.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
You too.
And
Goodbye.
He goes back to putting things in various leaves into the bag.
Go back to the party.
How'd it go?
What did he
What?
say?
There's a Diamond Lady elf statue apparently. That
What?
I'm sorry, I forgot the name.
The art chart?
Yes. That would be something that could possibly the occult people could want.
Is
Also,
isn't Archheart the enemy of the ruler?
I have no idea.
I'm asking. Like,
Make a religion check.
I know this because if I know it. But I can roll for it.
I'll roll for it.
What do you
I'm
want
sorry.
me to roll? Cal,
Performance.
Yes,
what do you want me to roll?
religion.
Oh, great. I didn't have my stat sheet up. Sorry. 16.
16. Yes, you do know that about 800 years ago, before the calamity that led to the erecting of the Divine Gate, there was a great battle somewhere in Taldore, in which the Archheart shot out the Ruiner's eye. And it is, yeah, it's not. They're not exactly happy. You do know with 16, those who serve the Ruiner. Let me reread through my notes a little bit. Those who follow the Ruiner often slaughter elves, and those who worship at the altar of the Archheart purposefully.
I wonder if these artifacts are at battles or at places where gods battled. Because Whitestone, Thingborn, or near Thingborn.
It's possible.
He also mentioned a person named Lord, or elf named Lord Calendar.
Do I know who Lord Calendar is?
Just with your history with the city and everything, yeah, you know of Lord Calendar. Verdant Lord Calendar is a member of the Singorn Council, one of the highest forms in the government. He gotta flip through like 15 pages of notes because they're all spread all over the place. In Singorn, there's what are known as the Wardens of Singorn. There is the High Warden, who is like they maintain law, guide society, and preside over all the other wardens. There's Lord Calendar, the Verdant Lord Calendar, who's the head of the guard of Singorn, an accomplished warrior, and they handle all the military strategy and instruction within all the bounds of the forests. There's also Oestra, who is the voice of memory, She lives in a tower in the memory ward where you currently are, and she is in charge of the preservation of Singornian Council. And there is finally the guild runner, Rondell, who is one of the oldest living elves within Singorn, in charge of commerce, business, and treasury.
Side note: is my brother's boyfriend on the Council of Singorn as well?
He's not. He's on the council. He's not one of the wardens.
Okay.
But their family,
They're the treasury, right?
yes, they are under the guild runner. They're under guild runner Rondell, and they're in the treasury department of Singorn.
All right. It might be good to speak to Verdant Lord Calendar.
Yes. When I spoke to the Dreamweaver dude, his name is Honoran, if I got his name right, I don't know if I did. Anyways, he, there's this tower thing, and he's able to see very far.
Well, if he might know something of what's going on, and if not,
Yes, basically we need to speak to him. I have someone else I need to speak to, but I cannot do that with y'all.
who do you do?
I need to speak to the Wisps.
Okay, all right. Just accept that
I need to speak to the
arrangement.
Wisps.
Well, I need to go apologize to my brother's boyfriend, and
Probably a good idea.
you don't even know what happened.
I'm
What
sorry.
did you do?
Probably a good idea.
It does not matter, but if we are to be allies, I need to apologize to him, and perhaps he could get us a meeting with the Verdant Lord Calendar.
If you're going to apologize to somebody, you should probably take a gift. Something gaudy and expensive.
Yes, with my 45 gold that I have.
Put on Whitestone's tab.
I'm not putting it on Whitestone's tab.
Hey,
that probably
I
won't
think it's a
be
good idea.
helpful anyway, because most places around here don't take credit.
Hmm.
Trust me.
Also, making your brother pay for his boyfriend's gift as an apology for you.
It's not happening, okay? Well, you speak to the Wisp. I'm gonna go over there and speak to my brother.
Oh, what's this charge? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, brother.
take him a scarf.
Scarf.
Yes.
Scarves are real.
Not
Yeah.
quite sure that whatever I choose will
Or
be.
an ascot.
I'm not
He
sure
seems like
what
an
that
ascot
is.
kind of guy.
Oh my gosh, I'm not buying him a gift. Okay, he's probably
Wow, some apology.
he'll probably say that I don't know. I just don't think that a gift is a good idea.
You can take him a flower. It seems to work for me.
Yes, Paula, you and I are two completely different characters.
Really?
Don't give me shade, Kayla Lorraine.
In game.
Sorry.
Say, browse my
what will work-
inventory for a fake gift.
And what will work for you will not work for me.
Okay.
You get him a book.
I don't think that any gift will be good enough.
Probably not, but it's a thought that counts, right?
Well, whenever you're dealing with somebody important and you're apologizing, you should either have a gift or you should prostrate yourself in a very humiliating fashion.
Ooh, I vote the second.
It's your pride or your gold.
You can pour salt on you.
What?
Sorry, never mind.
What? No, you have to explain now.
No, she can explain during break.
You're stalling. Let's go.
I am not going to give him a gift. I will sacrifice my pride then.
We're going.
All right.
No,
Who
I
all?
need to do this alone.
Yeah, that's why I'm going with you.
I guess I'll go.
You will sit outside then.
Sure.
I'll go with you and Vale.
We all want to watch this.
You hear
Are we
Laura
just
pop.
going to leave the child by herself?
Laura pipes up. I'll stay with her.
Just don't.
She's just talking to a floating light.
Just don't
It's
try
a
to.
wisp.
Just don't try to peel
I'm
any
sorry.
potatoes.
A wisp, yeah. Floating wisp-like thing.
Okay, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. Let's go.
Just don't peel any potatoes.
Can I stay with her too?
You can stay with Sipala. You're free to choose as you wish.
Oh, okay. And
I'll leave Beak with them.
Anandu. Oh, it's back.
Sits on her head specifically.
Ananduel just freezes. Don't move. Don't. I want to pet it.
He just looks at her hand every time she tries to pet him.
All right. I assume Uldoris, are you going
Keeps
to the party as well?
For hours.
Well, the rest is very, split. He doesn't know what to do. I'm assuming these wisps are very visible, or are they visible only to the...
Oh no, they're very visible to you. As you look up at the tree, you see them just flitting around, and some ebb and glow and burn brighter than others. Near the top of the tree, you see even brighter wisps near the apex of this enormous sequoia.
Uldoris, I would say Uldoris has walked away from the rest of the group already, and is already approached one of these sprites.
Okay, I would like you to make a wisdom check.
Oh, jeepers.
And
Oh,
dead.
jeez.
It's not a save. It's just a check.
12.
12. As you stare and stare into this wisp, you don't see anything. You hold your hand in front of you and you look into it, and it seems to just gently warm the palm of your hand, not touching you, but just its very presence is warming and comforting. And from within, you can almost hear echoing music and laughter, a grand celebration being had, and you can almost make figures out within the wisp, people dancing and making merry, but you just can't quite make it out. And the longer you stare, it seems to just get further and further from your vision the harder you try to focus on it.
Am I able to speak?
To what?
Am I able to speak?
You can certainly try.
So while I am having this vision, Uldoris's lips, they part, and he tries to ask a question.
Okay.
What do you know of my prophecy? And who is the bright one? And who is the dark one?
As you ask this, the wisp in your hand, not lightning fast, but rather quickly ascends into the tree, and you see it join a group of others, and they flit about and in almost a rhythmic dance above the tree. And two wisps come down in front of you again, hovering in front of you. Do you attempt to gaze into them again?
Yes.
Make another wisdom check.
Oh, that's much, much, much better. Did you not hear me?
I did not know.
No, I said it was much better. It was a 22.
22.
Yes, sir.
As you look into the wisp, suddenly you feel as though that wisp is your entire world. Your vision absorbs into the light, and all you can see is this bright, blinding glow, and as you stare around, there's nothing but the light. And in front of you, an inky black spot appears in this nothingness. And it grows, now about the size of an apple, in your vision. And you watch as from this blackness, a tendril of black energy comes out like the arms of a great octopus with spikes and claws on the end, forms. The inky black void grows in front of you, and soon it begins to encompass the entirety of your vision, whereas only white light is behind you in this space that you are in. The one arm becomes two, becomes three, becomes five, becomes hundreds of arms reaching out into this void. And as you step backward, the light warming you from behind, the many tendrilled arms shrink into the size of a person. Standing directly across from you, still contrasted by darkness, but given form, directly mirroring, same height, same build, two swirling black horns made up of this inky blackness. And as you look down at yourself, you see what you saw before, almost like there was a hole in your chest projecting light coming from within you, just this bright light into the darkness in front of you. And your vision comes back to yourself.
I don't understand. Please. I feel like I've been chasing this forever. It doesn't make sense to me. Words, don't you have words? You have anything? Well, that ruined the moment.
What does it mean?
Sorry.
Bard rocks it in the background.
Yeah, he's very troubled. He doesn't understand.
That orb that you just looked at floats back up into the tree, and the other one still stands before you. Oh, not stands, hovers.
So I am closer to understanding. Very well. I will search out. And he turns and walks away very grudgingly.
Okay. So while that was going on, Sapala was also speaking to a wisp. So, Sapala.
Yes.
How do you want to do this?
Well, first, see, Paula makes Laura stay with Anandual because she doesn't trust them two by themselves.
Oh, I don't want to babysit.
You're just hanging out with each
okay?
other, okay?
We can be best friends. And you see Laura. Oh.
Please.
All right.
Thank you. And see, Paula just like throws flowers to them.
And
Here.
Ananduil attempts to catch every one of them, and you can just see that Laura does not like Ananduil.
I'll be back. And see, Paula, I guess she runs over to the tree and just sits down on the grass by the tree. And I guess she waits for a wisp to come to her or come near her, and then she tries to connect with it.
Okay. About 20 minutes go by, As you sit in the grass beneath the tree, one of the Dreamweavers kind of works around you, cleaning up around the area. As you sit there, just meditating, relaxing, enjoying the beautiful verdancy of the city. Every building is just encrusted with trees and vines and shrubs, and everything is just gorgeously maintained. Out of the periphery, you see just one tiny, curious little wisp come by. And as you extend your hand, it gently floats towards you, and you cusp it between your hands, bringing it close and gaze into it. Make a wisdom check.
I love your laugh. What did you get?
25.
25.
Holy.
Okay.
I got a nat 20.
Flipping through my notes. Gotta flip faster because I'm on live TV. So, what you see before you, as your vision goes in, is you see a grand army of elves standing on the precipice of a cliff. Each one of them adorned in brilliant green and gold armor, wielding long staves with blades on the end. A man at the front with even more ornate armor faces off in the distance. On the other end, you see a man in solid black armor with spike-like protrusions made of solid iron coming out of every single crack and corner of this armor, looking like a death knight. Behind him, demons and other beasts are just swarming over the edges of the cliff. And they run toward each other, battling in this small, or not small, but rather large, almost crater-looking area. Their forces clashing, blood of demons and elves spilling onto the ground. It is terrible. As you watch, you cannot tear your eyes away from the carnage, like a river of nightmares flooding around you. And it seems to speed up. And at the end, you see the elves victorious, the demons beaten back, but the ground around soaked black with blood. And your vision comes back.
Did I recognize the elf in the gaudy armor?
Make a intelligence check.
All right.
Roll high, roll high, roll high.
Roll high.
Ah. 12.
No, you have never seen this elf.
Okay. Did the wisp fly away?
Yes, as your vision comes back, it kind of flits away.
Well, all right. Well, I think with seeing all that sadness and death, Paula would probably be crying. So she just gets up and she's crying and she just walks over to Laura and Anduel.
As you're sitting there crying before you get up, Andoran comes over to you as he's brushing the leaves and things. What is the matter, child?
I spoke to communicated with the wisp.
You were shown something by a wisp.
Yes.
Beautiful, isn't it?
I guess. I mean, being shown something like that is a miracle in itself, but what I was shown wasn't exactly Nice.
Unfortunately, yes. These are the memories of our people, our very culture, our very significance. Everything that is shown by these is an impact on our history, whether past, present, or yet to come.
But do you know anything, maybe in the past, about a elf army fighting a demon army, maybe?
His face gets a little gaunt and grim. I am no historian, but I am very well acquainted with the history of our people. And those years, yes.
Would you mind telling me a little bit about it?
Like I said, I'm no historian, but long ago, before I was born, probably about 600 to 700 years before I was born. So about 800 years ago, all the land was prosperous, and we worked closely, as opposed to now, with the humans and dwarves, and at that time we called this area Gwasar, the Fields of Joy. But there were those who weren't so kind, those who worshipped the betrayer gods, and those who sought power. And one of these was a evil man known as Warren Drassic. His family attempted to create a political war zone in the city of Amman, turning citizens against each other. And one of their scapegoats were, of course, the elves. He severed all connections with Singborn and made an alliance with the dwarves of Craghammer, and, of course, declared war on Singorn. And this war lasted years. But eventually, in an attempt to gain power and defeat the elves, I believe, Drassig made a pact with some unsavory characters, and that led to a battle known as the Battle of Umbra Hills, in which we were victorious, but the ground there has never been the same since.
I can see why.
Was that what you were shown, child?
I believe so.
It was a dark but victorious day in Elven history.
And you said it was the Battle of Undrell Hills?
Umbra. Umbra.
Sorry. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Of course, child.
You have a nice day.
All my days are nice here, beneath the shade of the tree.
I bet they are. He's a nice tree.
Be blessed.
You too. And she walks over to Laura and
Good day.
Andor.
I almost said be pleased. I was like, wait, wrong city. Okay, so you walk over and join Laura, and as you turn around, you see Laura looking like a wet cat, as she is sitting on a bench with Ananduil behind her, braiding the flowers you gave them into Laura's hair, singing a jaunty song about how they are now going to be best friends. And Laura looks like she's about to pull out her dagger and shank someone.
This is how Kayla and I became friends.
Popular.
Hi, Laura.
You're gonna be popular. She just... Are you done?
Beak who's along.
Yes. Have y'all enjoyed your time together?
Oh, it's been great. Great. Hasn't it been great, Duil? My name's Ananduel, but I understand. I understand. It's difficult to pronounce. Ananduel. Yeah, I'm just gonna call you Duel. Great. That works too. And she stops braiding her hair, and they join you. We'll switch at this point to the other 3 party members. Vale, you did go with them, correct?
Me, Vale, Elena.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, I want to hear the game plan for them.
I go off a third direction. No.
Vale, this is not what we need right now.
Oh, Bernie, are you there too?
I
You
am.
went off with this
Okay.
friend. I thought you went off with your friend.
Yeah, we're his friends.
Yeah, us.
Okay, whatever. Sorry.
I guess we're not friends. I just flew off to the moon.
Jeez.
Alright.
Way to break it to him easy.
Oh.
Wait, I thought you were off with your friends.
I thought he meant the Stalwart Watch. I'm sorry.
I did too.
Okay.
I knew what you meant, Bernie.
Anyway,
Okay.
I have one friend.
It's not Steve Holland.
I'm done.
I remake the. I think this is before Cal joined. But when Bernie was actually still on the party, on the boat ride down to Drina, I actually used my dancing lights to create his figure walking along the shoreline to get people to attack it. So I do that right next to him. Just because.
I'm walking in front of everyone, and I'm like, really, guys, you'll come, and I think it's best if I do this alone.
I still think you need a gift.
Buddy system.
Buddy system.
Well, then y'all can wait outside.
Buddy system.
Buddy system.
That sounds like an incredibly intelligent solution to the problem of people going off on their own. My God. That's amazing.
Elena just declares all of it. I really do think it's best that we don't ambush him, and it might come off better if I am alone.
That's alright, he liked me.
Oh my god. He knows how to play with people, Vale, that may not be actual like.
Well,
Yeah, you gotta rise out of you real easy.
Someone is going in with you. Cause still, buddy system.
Well, it won't be you. Guess it's going to be Vale.
Oh, well, fine. Jeez.
What did you do to her?
I don't know.
You did murder her once.
And then there's the issue of the book.
I did not murder. She was still alive. She was just slightly bleeding out.
It's funny because if she'd tell anyone about the book, this would be over in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, God, women.
No. Okay. That's fine. I go and I knock on the door.
A couple moments pass, and the door slowly creaks open, and you see again that late to middle aged woman opening the door again with the long white blonde hair. The elder elf woman that answered the door for. Ah, you again. What can I do for you?
Is Lord Nara in the house? Don't make this mistake again.
No, Lord and I left about an hour ago to see to the council.
Great. And his what about his sister? Is she in?
Eulalila, she is here.
May I speak with her?
Wait here. The door closes.
Why?
Because I want to get this. It might be worth it.
A couple minutes pass, and you hear hurried footsteps come down the stairs. From the inside, the door swings open, and you see the beaming face of the sister, now her name known as Eulalila.
Oh God, what a name! No.
Yeah, fun fact, real name, by the way.
Oh, interesting.
I wanted my child's name to be unique.
And there's how you spell it.
Ah.
Eulal.
Leah?
Oh
Eulalia.
wow, it looks much better than it sounds.
Yeah.
God, did you just use runic soup or some shit?
I say
no,
hello.
And as the door flings open, she comes out and throws her arms around you.
I like hug her back like awkwardly and like
What's
okay,
going
not
on?
expecting this.
She pulls back. You pissed my brother off so much. I love you right now. You're my new best friend.
I was not expecting this reaction.
He was so mad. Did you see his face?
I mean, it was an equal, like, mutual pissed off, so yeah, I totally understand.
No, he's a fucking dick.
I'm so glad you agree.
Oh my god, my brother's such a tool. He just walks. He thinks he's prettier than I am, and let's face it, no one is. And second of all, he wears such gaudy things. I would never even wear that.
Same. Me
Right?
too.
Jesus.
So-
my brother has the same issue, and it's
Oh my
kind
god,
of scary.
I'm sorry. Don't get me started on your brother. I wanted to punch him.
Oh, I did.
Same.
Very
Oh
satisfying.
my god, you're my too.
You should, if you ever see him again, just give him a good punch. Do it.
I mean,
So what?
she flips her hair over her shoulders like, I am not a brute like that. I kind of, I'm more into the dainty,
Oh, a punch can be dainty.
What?
That's why he'll never suspect me.
Yeah, they'll never suspect it coming from you.
Excuse me, what happened yesterday?
I pissed
Oh my
your
God.
brother off.
Okay, something you can usually do.
Elena talked with him.
Oh,
Yeah,
so-
she questioned him about his boyfriend and accused him of
Who's
being
the
a
boyfriend?
dick.
They are both of them.
Who?
There's a lot of inappropriate comments I want to make, but
Oh,
we shouldn't be
please.
making any of them.
Oh, please, Megan. If it's about my
Just-
brother, I want to hear.
I do
I
need
mean,
to
if your brother has a
apologize.
boyfriend, it makes sense that he's being the dick.
That's a good one.
I
can say
do
that
need-
later.
I do need to apologize to him, though.
Oh, please don't. I want this to last another couple of years.
But if whatever is between them continues on into a more permanent relationship, then
Oh, don't worry about it. They'll be perfectly amiable to your face. Let's just talk about you behind your back.
I'm
is how
not a
people
big
work.
fan of that, and
It is.
neither is most of the people in my
Elves
family.
especially.
I want us to be amiable all the time. Or at
Oh,
least get
fine.
along.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
I don't know.
Could you
I
could
need
you
to
let him know we stopped by?
Oh, believe me, he's gonna.
He's gonna. Sorry.
Oh, he's definitely gonna hear about it. I'm not gonna miss out.
Can you let him know?
I'm
that
gonna tell him we're best friends. You came over. Maybe we
To apologize.
Do I have to?
Yes,
It would be very nice, thank you.
and that I need to speak with him quite soon.
All right.
I mean,
Only because you're.
if you're friends, friends
You know,
usually have to-
one day, if things become more permanent, I don't know, with my brother anymore, we might be sisters. So
Yeah. I read one of those letters too.
I didn't read any letters. What is letters?
You haven't read his.
Please don't.
No, it's
Not like
trust
this.
me, it was very hard not to read the letter.
I'm gonna lean over to Vale.
Well,
Do we
you
need-
have-
Do we need to pull her out of here?
I think so.
Please tell me. Please tell me.
I
Like, it'd be
can't.
nice if you do it right now.
As much as I hate my brother, I can't. Because he's
That's
still
why
my
I didn't
brother.
read his letter.
Just change the names out.
So
That won't.
wait, so is there a possibility of us
No,
being
No.
sisters?
not at all. Not at all.
Like not even sister-in-laws?
We could be like best friend sisters.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, let's stick with that. Anything else did you need today? I was practicing my harp.
Would your brother be angry if I visited him at the council?
He would be pissed.
That does not sound like a good idea.
Do it.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Do it.
It's just she's the little devil on my shoulder.
No, that's supposed to be me. I'm telling you it's a bad idea.
No, you're the angel, Vale. She's the devil.
Do it.
That's the issue in the scenario.
In this scenario, you are. I just... It might be, maybe he could get us a meeting with Vardent Lord,
Oh no.
I was going to
No
say
one-
Khaled, but that's not it.
No one ever gets to see Lord Calendar. You know what? Actually, try. You might actually get my brother fired. That'd be great.
I don't want to get him fired. I think my brother would be very angry if I said that.
Oh, he'd be mad too. Do it.
I love this girl so much.
Wow, she does make me look like the angel. I don't like it.
Do you want to go with us?
Oh, God.
Oh no, I can't. Mother would kill me.
How old are you? This is kind of rude to ask, probably, but elves are notoriously long-living. How old are you and your brother?
She flips her hair behind her head. My brother is old. He's 32.
Oh, he's a baby.
He's a baby in elf. No wonder he acts the way he acts.
And I just had my 20th birthday a couple days ago.
Congratulations.
They're the
Thank
same
you.
age. Well, close to the same age.
Oh my god, we are totally sisters.
Totally. But you don't actually live life until you break a few rules. So
No,
maybe you should break-
unfortunately. Well, my father being who he is and my mother being who she is, they won't have any of that, so I can't. But you break all the rules you can for me, okay?
If you ever come to Whitestone, we will break some rules together.
Whitestone, where's that?
Up north.
Northern
can't miss it.
Tal'Dorei.
Okay.
Northeastern.
Northeastern Tal'Dorei.
Is it cold? I don't do cold well.
It's very cold.
It's cold in the winter, not in the summer. But
just gets
if we are
colder.
sisters and
It's
best
cold in the
friends-
winter. It's winter, but it's cold.
Shut up. But if we
I-
are to be sisters and best friends, then you have to come visit my home.
All right. Only because I love you.
Okay. Awesome.
Surprised you two haven't started making friendship bracelets.
Wait,
What?
Excuse me?
Making friendship bracelets.
Oh.
I don't have the skill for that.
Oh, I could show you.
Oh boy.
Maybe another time. We do have important business, unfortunately.
Believe me, I do nothing all day but practice things. I practice harp for a couple hours. I practice writing. I practice singing. I practice politics. I practice all kinds of wonderful, useless things.
Same. Until I reached a certain age, and then I learned how to shoot a bow.
Oh, that sounds dull.
It's not.
It is.
Shooting is not for a lady, I would say, but that's
I am a lady.
I mean, like a lady, flowing dress and ball gown lady. Come on.
I can do that. I've done that.
Anyway,
All right, we've got to leave. We
I got something in my throat.
are you all right? You need water or
Please.
lotion?
What?
She
No. Give me a
Do
minute.
you know where the castle building is?
Yes, the council building. Of course I do. It's She points off into the distance, where you see, flipping through my nose.
Don't die, AJ.
Cure wounds.
Yeah, where is it? Ah, yes. Where you see a great, big, green, mighty castle with a big dome roof. She goes, that's the Emerald Citadel. That's where you'll be pointing to the north, covered in ivy and plants. It's the highest point of the city, and you can see it from pretty much anywhere in the city. And she goes, yeah, that's the Emerald Citadel. That's where he is right now.
All right, I think I'm going to go to the council.
Oh boy.
Have fun.
Thank you.
She closes the door behind you, and you just hear her just laughing hysterically as she goes up the stairs.
Let's head to the Emerald Citadel, guys.
Well, I was gonna say that went better than I expected, but this is where the turn is.
Alayla heads to the Emerald Citadel.
As you're leaving, you see Paula and a very grumpy Laura. And
we go over there. We make a detour and then. Yeah.
Okay.
See, Paula, well, I'm headed to the Emerald Citadel. I don't know about these people.
And why are you headed there?
Interrupt the council meeting.
So that she can embarrass her brother's lover.
Isn't that important? The
Probably.
council meeting?
Well,
Presumably.
if we could interrupt or perhaps get a meeting with the council, then speaking to the council as a whole versus just one might be better.
Elena?
Yes.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
It's not.
Is this what you guys came to Seagon for?
No.
You told me
Well,
you just came by on an errand.
50-50.
We could also speak to the council about getting Stalwart Watch supplies.
So,
Real quick, Benedictus, when did you leave Drina?
do you mean what time or
Yeah,
what?
about when? You left like what, a day or two after we got there?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, Drina was burned to the ground. By the cultists that were hassling us down that river. And others.
Bernie, you're slightly aware of this. The Stalwart Watch has been informed of that.
Okay.
And they have larger ambitions now.
They've always had larger ambitions.
Like
My point being that Drina was a stepping stone.
I mean, it was the fishing village, city. It smelled.
It
But
did.
there was something there that they didn't want.
And
Some-
that
There's
was
something here or near here, something in Whitestone, something in Amon.
sushi.
They're looking for
One
something. Presumably artifacts. Or I think artifacts. That's my theory. And they have the means and the will to destroy anything in their way. And so we came to partially warn Singorn about what's coming.
And warning the
Didn't
council
fully
as
expect them to believe us, but we should let the council know if possible.
So, if y'all think that going to the council interrupting it is a personal matter, it is not. I will apologize to him later, but the council. Why are you laughing?
Sorry.
Well, okay. Well,
And-
the council is going to want evidence that this is happening.
Right.
Just a bunch of people walking in and going, there's a threat that is going to end by them going, yes, it's you.
Well, I have this holy symbol montage of their united forces, or representing their united forces.
We've
Plus, hopefully,
spoken
they've heard about what's happened in Whitestone.
and Dryland. And perhaps we can also persuade them to get the Stalwart Watch supplies.
Well,
Doubtful, but maybe.
while I don't think it's a good idea, if Lord Calendar, whatever his name is.
Verdant Lord
Is-
Calendar.
Yes,
Calendar.
if
Lord
he
Calendar.
is as great as I hope he is, then he should know something.
Maybe he knows something to help us. But we have to go to the council. We have to sit to them.
I just have two problems with this. One, I don't think they're going to let us in to see the council.
Oh, it definitely won't.
And two, they're definitely gonna not gonna let two half elves in.
Well,
One of
Doris,
the half-elves has a name and titles, hopefully.
Doris?
Doris pipes up from in the back. He's been pretty quiet this whole time, kind of leaning against the wall. For what it's worth, I think it's a waste of time.
Sorry, what was that?
For what it's worth, it's a waste of time.
Probably.
Well,
But
I
we
don't
have to
know
try.
what else to do then. Does anyone else have any other better ideas?
Nope.
Elves respect dignity. Being able to prove that you have done something or collected something or achieved some grand thing that is respectable.
So far, the only thing I've seen them respect is themselves.
Agreed.
I
Speaking
did
of
that.
elves of the party.
Ooh. I feel like that conversation should end.
No, I'm sorry. That was just trying to clarify what. I didn't mean to do it in the accent. Sorry.
What I mean is that it would help if you had something that would show that you were respectable.
I mean, I have my signet ring and my chart of lineage to prove that I am who I am.
They don't care who you are because you are a half elf.
Well, I have no better idea. Oh, sorry. I have no better ideas. Do you, Benedictus? Do you have any better ideas, Benedictus?
What about artifacts? Have you
We have none
saved
because
any?
they have taken them before we could get to them. We have spoken with one of Tiamat's generals. We know where their hideout is. We have seen
What?
destruction in Whitestone.
What? I don't have it.
Don't have what?
Read the chat.
I know. I see it. It doesn't make sense to me. What am I missing?
I'm trying to give you an open to insert your story into this.
What?
You are a proof, Dale.
Okay, one more time with less screaming.
The Raps
the
of Dimac
Yep.
are on the way, right? They're just a little bit more southern.
Yep.
You were going through Singorn so you could get them.
Yep.
Really ancient, well-known artifact that
Okay.
could show that you are a respectable person that can achieve ancient tests.
Raps of Diamat.
Okay, I think I see where you're going with this.
Okay.
Because you're saying raps in the chat, those weren't connected to me,
Yeah, he really wanted burrito. What the fuck?
right? Is that too much to ask? I have not seen one taco shop since we've been here.
That's because
Unfortunately,
Big taco threat.
unfortunately, we do not have the time to retrieve an artifact. We don't know when they're going to strike.
Right. We need to attempt to at least warn them now. On the very small chance that they actually heed our warning and decide to do something about it.
They do not heed our warning, then we have done our job.
We can write them a letter.
Do you know how long it will take for them to read a letter?
Couple minutes.
Yeah.
Let's rephrase that.
Please
You
do.
know how many letters they probably see in a
There
day
you go.
that
That makes
hit?
more sense. Much
thought
less
that was
making our letters stand out. Unfortunately. We have to try.
Going to them in person is going to be our best bet.
Okay. Here's a thought. What if we play this up a bit? I have some Pale Guard armor from Whitestone. You dress someone up in it, and parade Elena up to the front gate and ask for an audience.
Let's do it.
As though we are her escort.
Or we just
I'll
stay
throw
the way we
flowers.
are and you are all my escorts anyway. I would not travel with a guard because I can handle myself.
Yeah,
I'd like
but
to ask
how
how the
will
whole
people
party is dressed.
have guards?
Oh my gosh.
Just
Fine.
look at your brother.
Fine. My brother is an asshole.
It's not,
Yes,
Not
pretend to be an
about God.
asshole.
Elena, it's not about whether you can take care of yourself, it's about gaudiness.
And it's about whether other people think you can take care of yourself.
Fine. Dress whoever you want up. Shall I dress in a fancy dress as well?
Potentially.
Yes.
Can I not wear my armor?
No.
Fine, let's go change.
Elena, look at me. You are no longer just Elena, you are Lady Elena.
What is Lady Elena? But whatever.
No.
Yes, I get that. But you have to be as elegant as effing possible.
She whispers under. Alright,
So,
let's do this.
I don't know who can wear this armor. But not me.
Probably a half elf of medium build. Dead staring at Vale.
No. Laura, I heard you volunteer.
Yeah. I like armor.
Cool.
You know she's keeping it, right?
Oh yeah.
That's not my problem. You can wear
Okay.
the official armor of the Whitestone Guard.
How did you even get Pale Guard armor again?
Well, do you remember that vampire we killed?
Oh yes, I do remember that.
Vampire.
Whoa.
That took his stuff.
Vampires?
We killed him.
Vampire.
Do not worry, we killed him.
Singular.
Oh yeah. Talking the nice vampires.
No, that wasn't one of them.
Right.
Are you
The one that
sure?
tried to kill us.
Laura,
We killed a vampire. Cool. Here's some armor.
We're talking about this in the middle of the street.
Well, I'm not changing here.
Obviously,
So-
we'll go to the inn and change because I have to put on a dress. I don't have the dress
Oh,
yet.
I can't wait for that.
It's pretty
I kind of feel bad that Glaive's not going to be here.
good.
All right, so
Oh,
the party.
best thing we can do is not die in his stead.
True.
Just went upstairs and took care of mine. I thought you already did. Anyway, sorry. All right, so the party makes their way back to the Tarn Ward, where you find the Fertile Water Inn. At this point, the Stalwart Watch has finished loading up the cart with what supplies they could get from Singorn. Basically, just food and produce. There aren't much in the way of potions or even clean bandages or things like that. The linens are expensive here in Singorn. But you kind of walk past the cart and they all just, what? And after about 20, 30 minutes of getting into your ball gown,
Fix
And-
my hair, brush it, like make myself look presentable as
All
I
right.
have been taught.
make a performance check. I'm kidding.
Make a stealth check.
As you come out of the room, you're face to face as right across the hall. Laura comes out wearing the White Guard armor, and she goes, "This stuff smells like burnt dog."
I'm sorry.
Did we clean that? We didn't clean that.
How do I look?
Roll for dignity.
Oh, you look great. You look great.
I'd like to think that Oldoris was in the hallway when Laura came out and goes, "Oh, you said you wanted to be an adventurer."
Hey,
Unfortunate.
Very
And yeah, you ever like take a horse and like braid its hair?
Do I, me?
Yeah,
I mean, I did as a child, but not
that's what you look like right now.
I
And she
look
just
like
walks
a
away.
horse.
And she walks away.
You know, she's starting to on me.
Theodorus, I don't know if I can do this.
I already gave you my opinion about it.
Yeah, alright, let's go.
We're going in acknowledging this is a bad idea.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Right. You step outside and stalwart watcher like questioning Laura, like, why are you wearing that? But she just kind of brushes them off and continues walking. You all make your way through the streets. At this point, it's starting to get into the afternoon here, maybe 3-4 o'clock. Before you see, just as you approach the Emerald Citadel, it is an incredibly verdant expanse in front of you, just trees.
I get it.
What?
I get it.
What? Oh.
Random dance.
It threw me off there. As the trees open, you come in, you see hundreds of trees leading up to this grand palace. And before you, snaking like a river, this beautiful staircase that's going up and up and up as the city slopes. And your eyes begin to blur, and you try to count how many landings you see. 1, 3, 5, 7 flights of stairs going up this grand, spiraling like a river case all the way up to the front gates of the city. Or not the city, the front gates of the Emerald Citadel. As you come to the bottom, you see that they are gated and closed with these beautiful gold and brass doors with thick ivory walls around them, covered in ivy and sprouting plants. In front of it, there is 8 guards standing in full regalia, hands on spears with shields on the other hand. And as you approach, they bar the front of the door with their spears. Halt.
I just look at them with a haughty look,
Yes.
I'm Lady Elena of Whitestone of the First House, and I need to speak to council.
Present your seal.
I show him my seal.
Not your seal, the High Seal.
Sorry.
What did you say?
Not your seal, the High Warden's seal.
I do not have that.
No one is permitted entry into the Emerald Palace without the High Warden's seal, or invitation from the High Warden, which would come with seal. You are not invited, you are not allowed in.
It is a most important for Sigmund and Tal'Dorei that I council.
If it's important, you may write to the council. You may inform any of the many emissaries daily, and if it is of high importance, you shall be invited. However, without an invitation, you are not allowed.
Is there anyone here that I could speak with that you could go get and bring them here so that I may speak to them?
I am not your errand boy. If there's someone that you need to speak to, you can either wait here for them to come out, or seek them when they are not within the citadel.
Is there anyone that you call someone?
As I said, I am not your errand. I am here to guard the gate, and that is what I do. And I'm doing it.
Is there an errand boy nearby that we can call?
He glances around. I don't see one.
Do you make it a habit of insulting your guests?
You're not my guests.
Oh, really? Because last I knew, Whitestone was a very prominent city in Tal'Dorei.
and the ally of.
Look, I don't know what you want from me. My job is to keep people without an invitation out. I'm doing my job.
Are there windows to this place?
To the palace? Yes. However, down further, about 7 flights of stairs away on the ground.
Oh, okay.
And where can we find this High Warden?
He points just a thumb over his shoulder at the Emerald Citadel.
How am I supposed to get to him in the place that I cannot get to?
You ever heard of a letter?
Do you know how long a letter would take to reach them? Be read.
That sounds like not my problem.
If I might, sir.
Please, the rest of you
does
have
he
been
have-
writing.
Does he have an office outside of the Citadel?
You can stop at any emissaries, at any guard post, and leave anything to be presented to any official at any time at their convenience.
But their convenience puts Singorn and all of Taldore in trouble.
No,
If
Lena, don't waste
Singorn-
your breath. They obviously do not
if-
care about their city and the well-being of it.
If Singon is in trouble, then Verdant Lord Calendar is certainly already.
Not quite sure who'll know about this since it concerns the gods.
Lord Calendar has taken care of this for many years. I'm sure he is quite aware. But thank you. And again, if you're still concerned, you are welcome to put it in writing and have it sent.
If you put your faith into one person too much, you lose the ability to defend yourself.
And as I said, you are more than welcome to just wait out here until someone else comes walking by, but that is not my job to fetch them for you.
I do not need to wait here. I can easily get in there myself. Without you even knowing.
Oh, yeah?
It was a bad idea to threaten that.
So now you told him.
Are you telling me you are going to attempt to infiltrate the house of our sovereign and our council?
Oh no, not at all. I'm just telling you of the power I wield.
The power you wield is insignificant. Boy.
Why I do things alone? I look. Is there anyone near the guard post?
Oh!
Oh?
Oh?
I don't think your power is going to be enough. If I am remembering right, this is where your Goliath friend is?
No.
No.
Oh, then I'm not remembering right.
You're right.
Is there anyone near that aren't these guards?
Looking around, you do see that several patrols of guards going around the walls, and not immediately close, but definitely within eyesight.
So, just so my theater mind's correct, we're in front of a gate first, right?
Yeah, you're in front of the gate that's in front of a giant, winding, twisting set of stairs that then leads up to the palace.
So there's like a level to this, like I could easily fly over.
Yeah, it's the wall's about 20 to 30 feet high, but you could go over it.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you say it was made out of vines?
No,
vines?
they're made of ivory and covered in vines.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
I'm sorry, my lady.
Cracking his head in the back.
Say again?
Settle. Doris is shaking his head in the back of the crowd.
I'm sorry, my lady. You were right. This was a waste of time. I just thought we should try and do the right thing.
Does that mean I got dressed up for nothing?
No.
Good, because I'm not taking it off.
Let's go.
Nobody has sending.
Let's go.
We leave.
All right, where are we going?
Out of
Anyone
earshot of the
have
guards.
Any sending magic or like
As you turn to leave, there is a brief creak in
I turn.
the doorway,
Don't look back.
It
I
opens.
Guys.
It opens up, and you see an elven gentleman wearing a monocle and bright purple and gold robes with silver white hair, hunched over, carrying a whole bunch of scrolls, and comes walking out. Very, very good. Stand at ease. At ease.
Excuse me, sir.
No comment.
I'm not a journalist. I need to get into Citadel.
I'm sorry, that you broke up there. What was that?
I said I'm not. I need to get into Citadel. I'm Lady Elena of Whitestone, and it is of much importance. What did you want me to say, George?
He kind of keeps shuffling forward, just kind of walking past. Lady of Whitestone. Haven't had commerce from Whitestone. 15 years. What do you need with the council?
The Deceiver gods are planning something that is going to destroy Tal'Dorei as we know it, and we need to warn Singorn.
Aren't they always doing that?
Yes, but they are working together. They never work together.
Sir, they've made extensive progress in the past month or so.
They have attempted to destroy Whitestone in their search. They have destroyed Dryland.
They destroyed a fishing.
They will attempt to destroy Singorn. They will attempt to destroy Iman. They will attempt many things if we do not stop. And they will achieve these things if we do not stop them and we need to speak to the council.
Do you have evidence?
I assume you've heard of what happened in Drina and Whitestone.
I heard it was burned down by orcs.
These orcs served. Sorry, please.
These orcs were working cult. For gods.
The Ruiner.
Yes.
The Ravagers.
And Tiamat. And the Spider Queen.
And Inagu.
And Inagu.
Spider Queen. Wait.
Tell me again why this affects Singorn.
Because they are after an artifact near Singorn, and Singorn may be destroyed in their search for this artifact.
Singorn. Before, we have always made it back to the Feywild.
There may not be a chance for that if we do not warn Singorn.
Regardless of the level of the attack on Singorn, we wanted Singorn to be prepared.
He kind of approaches you with his gazes you over. Make a persuasion check.
Who?
With advantage?
Veil with advantage.
Damn it.
That's as good as a straight roll, yeah?
Pretty much. Ooh. 16.
Good? Okay.
It was both. I needed the advantage.
He glares at you, and you feel his gaze, through his monocle, pierce into you, very studying, as if he's taking in every pore of your skin and reading
my
it.
Eyes.
Consider me warned, and just kind of turns around and begins walking.
Sir, we need to speak to the council, please.
You just did. And he keeps walking.
Are you Verdant Lord?
No, I am not. I'm his secretary.
We would really like to speak to him personally.
I'll pass along. Only he can make that decision, but where can he find you?
what was the inn called again? God dang it!
Fertile Water Inn.
We are at the Fertile Water Inn.
If he decides, message sent, bearing no here.
Could you give him this as evidence of our seriousness? And I hand him the
Crest with
medallion. Yeah, with the United.
He inspects it with the
Any interesting craftsmanship? Oh,
Those are the symbols of the Deceiver gods. That's their symbol of unity.
The betrayer gods have united.
now I gotta walk back up those stairs.
and
It's fine.
See, Paula approaches him. She hands him a flower.
Oh, thank you.
What was
That
that?
was for the Lord.
what was that?
That was for the Lord.
I don't think he'll want it now.
Well, then here's another one.
Well, thank you.
He takes it, turns around and begins very slowly, old man shuffling up the stairs, one step at a time, and you gather this is going to take at least an hour for him to make it up the steps to the first landing.
Sir, if you'd like, I could easily get you up those stairs fast.
No invitation. The door.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay.
Well, shall we return to the inn then?
We shall.
All right. The rest of the party, you make your way back to the Fertile Water Inn, and we will go ahead and take our break.
All right.
That went better than expected!
Good. See y'all in a little bit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back. And if Mackenzie calls the Monster Manual a waifu catalog one more time, I'm calling the cops.
I don't even have the monster manual. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a waifu catalog.
That's AJ.
It's the waifu catalog.
Well, you can't hide it forever, man.
Secret's out.
Are you sure you're not getting me confused
now.
with AJ here? Like, he has, like, separate monster manuals?
Mackenzie, do we need to have a discussion?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so picking up where we left off, the party has made their way back to
Don't
the
listen to them, Snuggles. They're attacking me.
to the fertile catalog.
I messed with the DM.
To the Fertile Water Inn. For those wondering this, I was browsing Facebook on the break, and this was shared by All Things D&D. It says, if you call it the waifu catalog one more time, I'm calling the cops. The DM to me when I mentioned the monster manual. So, you've made it back as evening is falling. Once again, this eerie music coming over the Tarn district where you are, but not quite as engaging you to buy things the first time you came around. As well, you settle in, you have your drinks, your room's still being paid for by the Stalwart Watch. What would you like to do for the evening, or bed and picking up tomorrow?
I want to go and visit, I can't say his first name, Lord, now I can't say his last name.
Lord Calendar.
No, Lord, Elar.
Please don't. Please don't.
I'm going to apologize, Vale. It'll be fine.
You can apologize in the morning after he has slept and not dealt with a bunch of politics.
That's a good call.
I'm going anyways.
How about we go to the market instead?
No.
I'll join
I
you.
need to do this.
What they're doing.
You need to annoy the person you're trying to apologize to.
I'm not annoying to him. I'm not going to annoy him. I'm going to apologize.
I agree you should do this. I just don't think you should do it right now.
What they're doing.
See, Eudorus is on my side.
Oh, no, not really. I mean, I look at it this way. I am supporting you, and I think you should do it.
I'm going to do it.
All right. As those who are making their way to market this evening go, Elena returns for the third time today to the memory board where in front of you glowing is the magnificent tree. You make your way back to the very well adorned house that is the Inara homestead. You knock upon the door, and after about 3 or 4, there is no response to your initial knock.
And one more time, just to be sure.
Couple more minutes pass, and you hear movement in the house, but there is once again no answer.
Is it like scuffling or like?
Is it like what?
Is it somebody? It's like somebody like sneaking around or like?
No movement. Like there's people like living here, but not answering the door.
But I go over to the tree.
Okay.
And I want to commune with one of the wisps.
Make a wisdom check.
Oh, just a wisdom check. 15.
15. As the wisp floats towards you, you stare into it, and you could swear you hear your mother's voice, but it's not hers. It belongs to someone else, but it's familiar. It's soothing and sounds like someone comforting a child who is crying. As you gaze into it, you see a raven-haired woman holding 2 children in her arms, both of them identical, under the age of 3, all elven, of course. Both of them cry in unison, and this woman mournfully is coddling them. And then the vision fades and returns to you.
Was the woman elven as well, or?
Yes.
Okay. And I didn't recognize the woman.
No.
Or the
No.
Can I stare at the wisps one more time?
You spend a couple hours here in the memory ward gazing into the wisps, collecting some of the memories of your people, and you get flashes of birthday celebration, promotions, deaths, and wars. You catch glimpses into people's lives, people's homes. And for one brief moment, you feel connected as an elf. You've always been a half-elf. But here, gazing into the history of Singorn and the memories of even half of your people, you feel pride in the beautiful moments that are captured in this tree.
I thank the wisps. I head back to the inn.
All right. So everyone else wanted, or someone else wanted to go shopping. No one wanted shopping.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
I can't
I
see you.
thought my camera was working.
No, it is working.
not-
Roll, that, roll 20 was working.
Not
Yes,
for me, but
I
you
would
know.
like to go shopping.
Okay, where are we shopping?
Everywhere.
The market.
Well, yes.
Obviously, Corn.
All right, losing intelligence point.
Oh no,
I'm
I
with
can't
Brad.
afford that.
All right, what are we looking for, you dinglehopper?
I don't know. Browsing.
All right.
A distraction.
As you walk, different people peddling their wares. The song interweaving above you in a chorus of just intricate melodies that seem to clash and rise like the sea on a stormy night. You pass one particular shop that seems to be selling rods and other magical forms of protection and revealing. Another one seems to have more instruments that are meant to be played. All kinds of crafts, from daggers to pipes, boots and cloaks, rings. Everything you pass is just beautifully ornate, and even the most mundane items, such as a pair of gloves, seem to shimmer with arcane energy and hover an inch off the table where you are gazing at them.
Alright.
That looks interesting, doesn't it?
I suppose.
So we're just here to kill time.
A bit. We can make the best use of it, that would be ideal.
Why not check it
I
out?
could always make you guys some fondue.
Tempting.
What is fondue?
It's like really melty cheese that you dip breads and other confectionaries into, and it is so good.
Old Doris's eyes light up. It's the first time he's really smiled since being here. Sounds
That was the highlight of my visit, too. We haven't even done it yet.
Have you guys not actually had good food?
Or like,
Had some good food, but that sounds really good.
It actually does sound really good.
All right. I'm gonna go back to the inn and see if they'll let me use their kitchen.
All right. So you make your way back. Did you want something before you left, Vale?
yeah, we're here. I want to look. I'm just not sure what I'm looking for.
All right, make an investigation check.
Cool. I can do that.
Can Odoris aid because he's interested in the marketplace as well?
Sure.
With advantage, man. With advantage.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm helping you because I'm.
Oh my god. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh God.
There we go. That's not a natural 1. I get lost in the market forever. 12.
12. Okay. Roll me a d10.
Oh, sh- 1.
1. Okay. And finally, roll me. Oh, I'm sorry. Roll me a d6. I'm an idiot.
Oh, not a D10?
No, you already rolled a d10. That had me pick something else. Now roll me a d6.
Oh. 2.
2. As you're glancing around, those bracers, or the gloves that you saw floating slightly off the table, seem to catch your eye as you're looking at them. The air around seems to almost warp and bend. They're not actually hovering, but the table that they are on, around them, seems to be, the light is bending around the gloves, giving them the appearance that they are hovering.
Okay. Is the shopkeeper nearby?
Yeah. As you glance over, you see a beautiful elven gentleman above the shop. You see, and actually common, it says Azorius Wonderful Items.
Aren't they all beautiful?
You, I take it you're Azorius.
That would be me. What
What can you tell me about these gloves here?
Well, if you'll let the dungeon map flip to the page that they're on.
Sure, I got time.
I'm like frantically flipping darn pages. Where do I find what they are? Hang on, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
The gloves of mystery.
The gloves.
Roll a d20 for a random effect.
All right. A, B, C, D.
E, F, G.
As he reaches over and he kind of just puts his hand out to them, and one of them shoots into his hand. These are the illusionist bracers.
Okay.
They allow you to imbue your magic a second time.
Go on.
Out of game speech. Whenever wearing the illusionist bracers, whenever you cast a cantrip, you can use a bonus action to cast that cantrip a second time.
With the same action or bonus action?
With a bonus action. So you could action cantrip, bonus action, exact same cantrip.
Okay. I like that because I'm sure as he was describing that, Vale's interest went down, Xavier's interest went up.
Go on. So, they sound very interesting. How much are they?
These are sum of 5,500 gold.
I'm guessing you don't take credit.
No, unfortunately, I do.
I had to ask.
Do you have anything that benefits those of a non-magical persuasion?
Well, he glances around his
table real quick.
His table in the DMG.
No, his table. His book. Do you wield weapons, sir?
Occasionally.
He pulls out a beautiful. It's white and gold with pearls all along the hilt of it, and it's about 4 feet long with a very thin blade. This is the sword of Parums.
Okay.
It is a magical blade that will give an addition to your attack as well as your damage output, and it can also it also helps you inspire colleagues as well to call to action. And all right, screw it, I'm not reading this out of character, for God's sake.
You're doing great.
+1 bonus to attack and damage. Additionally, each of your turns, you can use one of the following properties. Immediately after you make an attack with the sword, you can enable one creature within 60 feet to use their reaction to make an attack. You could immediately take a dash action, or immediately after you take a dash, someone within 60 feet of you can use a reaction to move up to their speed. And also, after you take a dodge action, someone within 60 feet of you can use their reaction to take a dodge action.
What is it, longsword?
It is a longsword.
I see. One of the few weapons I'm not proficient in.
And this one will also
5,000?
5,000.
Do you have... I will say to ask, do you have anything...
Actually, I'm going to... What I said, by the way, this is not a +1 bonus. Due to something else in another book, this is actually a +2 bonus.
So it's even more.
Sorry, I forgot what time of day it was in Singorn.
Man, that's nice, but I just can't wield it.
And besides, he pulls out a crystal on the top. It's a white staff with like white owl wings kind of coming out to the side, or bird wings coming out. And this is the Skyblinder staff.
Oh?
It's a quarterstaff.
Uh-huh.
It gives you an to your attack and damage, and as well as when creatures of proficiency aerial combat thwart you, you may use its special ability to light up the area and cause them momentary loss of vision. Out of game speech, it's a +1 attack and damage. While holding it, you gain a +1 bonus spell attack rolls. And if a flying creature within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to let off a flare of light that gives the attacker disadvantage, and it must succeed a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or be blinded until its next turn.
I'm very interested.
This one will cost you 500 gold pieces.
Was
Could
that
I-
a shock I can afford that?
Could I potentially trade you some things that you may potentially be able to...
I am always
Okay.
items.
I don't have much of value. I have a silver great axe.
Okay.
I don't know how much a silver great axe goes for, but
Looking in the DM guide.
and I have a rusty spear. What, do you think I could give you those two for 50 gold off the cost?
Takes a look at the two of them. Let me just make sure. Why am I finding every page? Because I'm not looking in the right book. That's why I'm not finding.
Been waiting to clean out my inventory for a long time.
Where did you get that rusty spear?
Back in Drina, I'm pretty sure the Knoll had it.
Oh yeah. It was a great axe, right?
Yeah. The one I just got back from Bernie.
He looks at the.
That was a battle axe.
Was it?
Yeah,
Is that more or less?
that's less.
Shh.
I will give you
What's
A-
silvered?
handsome
Yes. he's
price
silvered.
of 20 gold for these two items.
These two?
Yes.
That seems reasonable.
They are in terrible condition.
Yes, I know. Potentially be scrappable for raw materials.
That's what I'm. Was there anything else you were sell or were you wishing to purchase the stuff?
I
How much
I also have this
How much is the staff again?
250.
250.
Wait. 250,
What did I say before?
500.
Oh, 500.
This deal's getting better.
Yeah, 500.
Damn it. 250. I would have dropped the gold and ran. I
That's
have
okay.
a crappy chain shirt that I'm looking to get rid of for maybe 3 extra gold.
Takes a look at it.
It's clean now.
3 gold and at a bargain for that. Hand you
Mm-hmm.
begrudgingly.
Agreed.
Now are you buying the staff?
Yes.
Holds out hand and give me most of my gold back.
What? Oh. Oh, I see. All right. So that was what? What did I get off? 23.
Yeah.
So math hard. 107.
477. I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yes. Okay. Oh god, that's gonna ruin my number.
Hey, so fun fact as a dungeon master, boy, if only you guys had had the opportunity to find a platinum mine before arriving at the most expensive capital of the elven, populace.
This is a good deal. I am down with this.
He is down with the sickness.
I am down with the sickness.
He hands you over the staff, and it is surprisingly light in your hands. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I should have mentioned this. It does require attunement.
That would have been nice to know, yeah. I'll take it anyway.
What are you currently attuned to?
Oh, so much.
So much that gives you a plus all attack and
So
spell
much.
attack?
No. I'm unattuning to the Scryball.
Mm.
This shouldn't have required attunement.
That one did. It was wondrous. I think it. Oh wait, did it?
No, it's like normal scribe. I mean, granted, it's slightly different.
That one required attunement, I think. The Scryball.
The normal scribbles, though.
Well, this is the Scryball of telepathy.
Oh yeah.
It was a special one.
I mean,
I'm. Is it actually called Scryball or is it like?
No. It's the. Oh, I have it right here. Wondrous item legendary requires attunement.
Okay.
It's the Crystal Ball of telepathy.
Crystal Ball. That's it.
I just like calling it a Scryball.
Okay. So you have now purchased the Sky Blinder staff.
A collective woo goes over the crowd.
I shall send you a picture and.
Oh, there's a picture. And the stats. Preferably, please.
Yeah, I'm sending both.
Yay.
All right.
Give him time.
Yo, you know how much sleep I'm running on right?
None.
2 hours.
No.
No hours.
All right. Here's the picture of what it looks like, and here's the stats.
Ooh.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Ooh.
Hey!
Too harder.
Oh, that looks like it would hurt to hit someone with.
Yeah,
it
it kinda
does.
As you hold in your,
You did say it was a quarterstaff, right?
it is. It does count as a quarterstaff.
Okay.
It's strangely light and almost feels like balsa wood. And as you twirl it around, you begin to move. It moves through the air with a grace that you hadn't felt before, and it just whips around.
I like it.
Oh, a dragon is a flying creature.
Yes.
Is there anything else that might appeal to the people who are more magically adept?
More magically adept. Well, I own plenty of signet amulets that allow you to cast certain spells. Would you be interested in a signet?
It's a ring.
I know what they are. I was trying to formulate
Sorry, I'm
a
twirling.
sentence. What do you have in terms of what they can do?
I have a very wide. Actually, my specialty is creating these signet rings, mostly because they are one-offs for the most part. The magic that is within them tends to destroy the ring in the process of being cast. So I have the ring Azorius, which will cast the spell Ensnaring Strike. I have Boros, which will cast Heroism. Dimir, which casts Disguise. Golgari, which casts Entangle. Gruul, which casts Compelled Duel. Izet, Chaos Bolt. Orzhov, which casts Command. Raktos, which casts Hellish Rebuke. Celestia, which casts Charm Person. And finally Simic, which casts Expeditious Retreat.
How? I can say I've never heard of.
Chaos Bolt?
No, what they're called. They're almost. I assume he has him in front of him.
Yes, and as he points them out, they all have various symbols like carved into them.
I do say I've never heard of the runes on them.
Yes, it's a special type of magic straight from Marquette.
From Marquette.
Yes. There are children called rune children. They have special abilities to create magical runes. I studied their runic abilities and was able to use that power to create these items. I can, of course, imbue it into other items, but rings are the most bang for your buck in size.
Where does one learn about, or how did you first learn about these runes?
I traveled for about 75 years across the desert of Marquette. There was a small village known as Anakumur, where I met a that taught me these.
Interesting. Is that the only place they teach them, or?
I do not know. You could always try Ankarel.
I think I just might. The magic seems very interesting.
Quickly, DM writes down the bullshit name he created. Anakumur. For future reference. Anyway, were you interested in procuring one of my signet rings?
I think I would like something a little more long-lasting.
Each one has... Oh, wait, I read the wrong thing. Hang on a moment here. Hang on. Each signet has 3 charges and 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn.
Oh.
I was incorrect. What was it that blows up?
That would be the key runes.
Oh, that's the key. Thank you. You know what I'm reading.
Yeah, I do.
In your head.
Because he got it for me for Christmas.
What? You don't have to say the names of the game.
No. Ensnaring Strike, Heroism, Disguise Self, Entangle, Compelled Duel, Chaos Bolt, Command, Hellish Rebuke, Charm Person, Expeditious Retreat.
None of them really fit my specialized magic.
Oh, and they do require attunement, by the way.
Yeah, there's no kicker right there. Do you have anything else?
Unfortunately, I have the greatest stock. I do have a handful of potions,
you be willing to buy?
I have about 15 of regular healing potions, 10 of the greater, 7...
I meant, are you willing to buy our things? I'm willing to sell things to you.
Oh,
Are
yes,
you
I
willing to
apologize.
buy?
As I told your friend here, I am always looking for new items to enchant.
Well, I may have something you can enchant. But I do have these, and I pull out the gauntlets.
Which ones?
The gauntlets
Of defense.
Okay. Yep.
The ones that almost no one can use, even though Bernadictus is not drawing back, but he's not here, so. I'm not one for heavy armor. I barely wear some. I barely wear it as I am now.
Which ones did I tell you those were +1?
Those are +2.
+2. Oh. Okay.
I think there was slightly modified versions of the actual bracers of defense.
Yeah. These ones here, I could give you. He kind of inspects them back and forth. I mean, oh, well made. Well, good enchantment. Also Marquesian in design, am I not?
They may very well be.
I could give you 3,000 gold.
I look back at Vale.
Do I recognize them?
Make a perception check.
Because I didn't see him take them. I know that much.
Well, I showed them to you, though.
Oh, you did. Oh, that's high. 24.
Yeah, those are definitely the gauntlets from Gilmore's shop.
What?
Are you selling them or not?
I go back to twirling my staff. I don't have a response to this.
I do have another item if you're willing to sell or buy. My brain is not correct today. I do have these eyes of minute seeing.
Hang on one moment.
All right.
I was so proud of those. You're giving up your eyes of minute.
What are those?
Do they? So don't they require attunement?
Oh, probably.
Oh, probably.
What were they?
Eyes of minute seeing. I just need to pull them up on my handbook because I don't think I have them written down. They're basically magnifying glasses.
Oh,
You're gonna split that money with me, right?
They don't.
Here we are. Eyes of minute seeing. Wondrous item. Uncommon. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for those, I could give you 500 gold pieces. They're well made.
You know what? I think I'll actually keep these for now, but I think I will sell the gauntlets.
All right, 3,000 gold into your pocket, and
You're gonna split that with me, right?
Do you do platinum?
I do actually. And he reaches down and he pulls out a satchel of platinum. What was that? 300 platinum.
300.
Mm-hmm.
Count you out 300. Like the full round coinage for platinum. These are square with a beautiful tree emblazoned. They feel the same weight as platinum, and that they are the same ratio of platinum that a regular platinum piece is, but a special Singorn edition coin.
Just like the elephants.
Just like the elephant.
Right? We're gonna start our coin collection.
That is as far as. And he counts you out to 300 and takes the bracers from you, and immediately it's like tinkering with them. You see kind of
messing around a little bit with the runes that are on there. Was there anything else?
How much for the signet with the expeditious retreat?
Pull back up the book that I had. Common, 250 gold.
And you said it's 3 charges a day?
3 charges, regains 3 at dawn. Oh, and the DC is 13.
What's the DC for Expedition Retreat?
No.
I'm trying to remember how that works.
Expeditious retreat?
Yeah.
You basically can do a bonus action dash.
I can actually quote the spell off the top of my head too.
Nice.
No, I'll go ahead and do it because I'm looking.
You can use a bonus action to cast Expeditious Retreat, and for a solid minute, you can use your bonus action to take the dash action, including the bonus action you used to cast the spell.
Yes.
That's not bad.
I like it. It's a great get out of dodge.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded.
It's an expeditious retreat.
That sounds like more than what it says here. The spell allows you to move at an incredible pace when you cast a spell, and then use as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends. You can take the dash action. Okay.
I said it differently, but whatever.
Oh, okay, I get it. I get your rework. Sorry.
I can paraphrase it, not quote it.
Does that signet require attunement?
It does.
I don't know if I have much of anything attuned. I think maybe my mantle requires attunement.
Yes, your mantle did require attunement. The shade mantle.
The dope as hell mantle.
You just mad because you don't have a mental.
And how many items is it you can have? 3? 2?
3 normally. There's a feat in the Tal'Dorei book that lets you use 4.
Right, I know that. Those shield bracers that we got, do those have an attunement?
No, actually. The necklaces, you mean? Or the specially enchanted item?
Yeah, the shield bracers or bracelets we were using.
Yeah, no, those do not, because of the fact that they have to be manually charged with the spell as opposed to recharging itself.
I'm gonna get that expeditious retreat signet.
Absolutely. He hands out his. You fork over the gold.
Yep, 250. You said, right?
Mm-hmm. Good sir, you deal.
Thank you. I think.
Anyone else?
There's nothing else I need.
You're gonna split that money, right?
I may need it for something, but if not, I will.
All right.
Just don't tell Elena.
Don't tell her what.
Tell Elena what? What are you hiding?
Exactly.
You do.
I didn't do anything.
He's going to be so pissed with you.
I'm immune to it.
Wasn't she?
This is true.
All right. So, and where a dejected-looking Elena has turned as well. While this was going on, Sapala special.
See, Paula decided to stay at the inn and
one thing.
Yes.
One quick thing. I do apologize for interrupting you, Sapala. Let me just check a note real quick. Yeah. Hey, Vale.
Yeah.
That staff is actually has a plus
Don't do
1
this to me.
to hit bonus and a plus 2 to damage bonus.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
why?
Sorry. Any base good can be purchased at the Tarn Ward at night. These goods, however, are of fine elven make. Weapons have a plus 1 bonus to damage rolls.
Oh,
So
neat.
it was already plus 1, but because you bought it at the Tarn Ward at night, it is a plus 2 bonus, or plus another 1.
What do you know? Neat.
That means that my signet should be a 4-charge signet, right?
No, it means it's a +1 to damage. Get pimp slapped.
Expeditious retreat.
I feel robbed.
Yeah, but plus 1 damage to bonus rolls. Where is it here? Horses and other mounts have movement speed increased by 10 feet, and other items possess a unearthly beauty and uncanny durability.
Cool.
Okay, so
I'm happy.
I'm sorry, Sapala. You were saying you stayed back at the inn.
Yeah, I decided to order a cup of hot tea and to sit out in front of the inn on a bench and just kind of just enjoy the night air.
You are presented with a steaming mug of lavender chamomile tea, and you sit out on the porch on this beautiful evening in Singorn and watch as the waning crescent moon rises over the mountains across the lake. You watch the reflection of the moon water across from you, and as you're sitting on the porch, at about the same time, Elena and the other members of the party begin to make their way up the steps of the inn. And the party goes to bed then, I guess? Or...
Cleve was gonna fondue.
Oh, yes.
Glaive was good.
So,
Benedictus was gonna fondue. I knew
Oh,
that.
yeah. In that case, Benedictus, you make your way in the back of the tavern. Kind of, you've been here for a few weeks and single and know kitchen staff. So, what would you like to do?
I would simply like to ask for 2 pots, about half a wheel of cheese, some metal forks, a couple loaves of bread, and about a bucket of water.
So you walk up to the kitchen asking for these things. Her name's Tepra. She kind of gives you a weird eye. And what for?
I'm making fondue.
Fun what now?
I
do.
Make a persuasion check.
Make a motherfucker fondue.
The roll is a 15. I have a bonus of 8. So 23.
Easily enough, Tepra comes back from the kitchen, arms full of all the items tested. And there you are, darling. I just see to it that they all return to the kitchen staff by morning.
Yes, ma'am.
He's so polite too.
All right. I set up a small. I'm going to call it a camp, but it's not really. Just out back with firewood and stuff, and I prestidigitation a fire, and I boil the water in one pot, and then I set the other pot on top of it with the half wheel of cheese in it, so it melts and doesn't burn.
I'm so glad you know what a double boiler is.
This is a
Are there
man
any
of skill.
other things that you're not expecting from me?
I just didn't expect
Disney
it.
songs. I know how to make fondue. I know how to boil chocolate properly.
Round of applause, please.
I'm learning things.
You do cheese and chocolate the same way.
Yeah.
Oh man, I actually want fondue in real life now.
It's super good.
I know.
All right. So the rest of the gathers to create this wonderful cheesy concoction. You enjoy it, and
There's not really much else to it.
there's really not much else. There's really not much else I can say about that. So, belly's full of cheesy goodness. Everyone returns to the tavern. The fire's snuffed out and taken care of. You go to bed and awaken the next morning. And I do apologize, but I think we're going to cut this game short this evening. I've had a week from hell.
That's fair.
I'm like falling
entirely
asleep at my
fair.
table here.
That's fine.
But as a note, I do return that stuff after I put the fire out.
All right.
I'm not getting yelled at by the kitchen staff.
And we trash another inn.
Well,
All right, guys.
Too
Thank you for
soon.
joining us on this slightly shorter episode of Alignment Shift. We hope you tune in next week. And is it Friday yet?
almost.
Yeah.